Imagine a restaurant full of families dining in. You look down on your plate to see a beautifully prepared food, and you like it. What's this food, you wonder? Eating is one of the most important things you do, and you eat many times a day. In Canada, it's no different. And if you go there, you for sure want to know the best things to eat. I've been a resident in Canada and a chef for most of my life. I went to school to become a chef and have worked in a 5-star restaurant in Canada also. From dessert to breakfast, cuisine in Canada is extremely delectable and very important to everyday life. I want to tell you about 3 dishes, starting with tortillerie, next bannock, and last pemmican. This is tortillerie. Can I look at that? Tortillerie is a delightful Canadian dish sure to please any crowd. It is made of ground pork and beef, potatoes and onions, and spices, all in a buttery crust. Many of the ingredients can be found in your own kitchen. There are many ways to make it, and the easiest way to make it is to bake it. Normally, it's served around Christmas in Canada. A lot of families like to focus on the dishes and not the presents. A popular dish is tortillerie. It pairs well with hearty sides like roast pork, mashed potatoes, and green peas. Oddly, some even pair it with a cherry sauce instead of a side. Now I want to tell you about bannock. This is it. Look at it also. Bannock is a bread that most Canadians love. It's a variety of quick flatbread. It is usually baked or cooked from grain. When it is cut into wedges, it's called a scone. Normally, bannock is made to be sweet. Bannock is traditionally fried or cooked on a griddle. It's made of flour, water, baking soda, salt, and lard or fat. The ingredients are kneaded together, then formed into small cakes and dusted with flour. These cakes are fried in a greased pan and turned when the bottom forms a crust. Some people even use Canadian techniques to cook bannock. They twist the dough around a stick and cook it over an open fire. Bannock is actually a big deal in Canada. Restaurants even offer bannock burgers, bannock tacos, and bannock breakfast sandwiches. Some people even joke about giving bannock slaps. This is when a person gets slapped with a piece of bannock for doing something offensive or silly. Entrepreneurs can take bannock alone and turn it into its very own business. Now that I've covered everything on bannock, I'll tell you about pemmican. This is it. Pemmican is a slightly odd Canadian delicacy. Pemmican is dried meat, usually made from bison, but it can be moose, caribou, venison, or beef. Traditionally, the bison is pounded into coarse powder and mixed with an equal amount of melted fat and occasionally Saskatoon berries, cranberries, and even cherries. Pemmican has been named the ultimate survival food. Pemmican is packed with many calories and lots of nutrition. When it is packed and stored for long periods of time, you can eat it for basically forever. In the past, it has been considered to have sustained the warriors and hunters on the trail as they hunted for food for their families. Today, pemmican is ideal because it is a high energy and a fast food to eat, and it's easily transportable and long-lasting. I have discussed the tortillerie, told you what it is and where it is normally served. Then I told you of bannock and where it is served. And lastly, I told you of the superfood pemmican, what it is made of, and how to make it. From dessert to breakfast, Canadian cuisine is delectable and important to everyday life, as you need food to survive. Remember the families dining in the restaurant? Now that you know about the cuisines, the food doesn't seem so different anymore. It's very important to know about other cultures. Part of other cultures is food. Canada is a great place to know about because they're right above your country, America. The food in America seems to be a lot different from the food in Canada because I told you about the rarest ones, but it's really not if you come. It's an easy place to visit. And the main thing you need to know about Canadian cuisine is that it's delicious and not really as strange as it sounds.